First of all, I just want to start off by saying thank you, God. Um, you know, my videos have been very repetitive and really just calling out what's been happening to me. I just got a chance to go through all my videos, and I'm glad I got the chance to do these videos. Um, Initially, it was meant to be like telling the story of what's happening to me, but actually, it's helping me more than anything because I just went through it because I thought I made this video before, but actually I was about to make the video, but I never actually ended up doing it. Or if I did, I guess I didn't upload the video. But it got as I was looking for it, I looked through all the things for years. It's been years. It's been a lot of years. My first video was in June of 2020, I think. It's been almost 5 years, or over 5 years now. And going through it just shows that I've like this. They've been doing the things so systematically. It's crazy. But let me just get to this video because there's one that's coming up that's my gosh, it's just gonna. I think the reason why I didn't do this video is because most likely I was like, okay, this is just too stupid, right? But they tell me right now, and you will see in the video of how they tell me they're gonna frame me, and you're gonna see how sad it is. How sad it is. And you should see how proud they think they tell me they're gonna win. And when I say win, they talk about winning in the frame of what's gonna happen to me. And I saw this, some of these perps are saying, what I'm about to say is the evidence. Now, I know they just want to push me into insanity. I know that my brain is just so rewired, and they know that. And they know that really they can create anything in my brain, and it can go there and go, even as stupid as it is, it can still enter my brain and make sense, even though it doesn't. I love to put that. I love to make the videos because maybe my brain is so rewired that it's gonna go into it, but I want these people to be as to stoop to a level there's no coming back from. Especially when you're gonna see what is giving them, like what energy gives them, and what in their mind it validates them in one way. And if you'll see shortly after this video, I'll make sure this video that comes next is posted, because you're gonna see the clear validation of what agenda they have. Now, what you're seeing here, I have to go into, like, it's so sad. I went as far as like 2011. What you're seeing here is a message between me and somebody who I had a summer, actually more than a summer, because we stay in contact. I met her in the summer of 2011. I was around 23. She just graduated high school, going to college. I was going to a new college. And you see that conversation there. We're both talking about college. We met few months back, few months before this message was sent. She about to go to a college around where I used to go to college in St. Louis. I was in the Midwest area. We're talking about college. At this point, she's 18. I'm 23 years old. And we met in the summer. And the first time we saw each other, she was about 2 weeks before she turns 18. And when she turns 18, we ended up, become intimate. And then it was something, we continued this little relationship that we had. Now, 18, 23. And matter of fact, they tried to mess with me. Did you? It's like, no, but I met her literally 2 weeks before she turns 18. I'm 23 years old. And even sometimes like, yeah, but because we want a first date a week before she turns 18. I'm 23 years old. As I'm saying that, they're making noise, camping, whipping noise. It's like, no, but you get the first kiss right before, like the week before she turns 18. I'm 23. And then we become intimate on her 18th birthday. I'm 23. Understand what I just say? She's 18, I'm 23. Okay. This is so bad. Now, um, I was with her. We became very, like, we liked each other. And I think even when she went to college, we're still in contact. We even saw each other later on. We even, had another little fling going on. And that was that. Now, these people tell me they're going to frame me with children. Tell me they're doing their research. Because what's happening today is I'm being manipulated to have sexual arousals for children of all ages. And they want to convince me that, no, you like teenagers. And they bring her up first, but 18, 23. And they're first like, no, but you met her 2 weeks before. She was 18. We actually ended up being intimate on her birthday, on the 18th birthday. And I'm 23 years old. Now, she has a sister. When we met her, she has a sister. She has multiple sisters. But she had a sister that was younger. I don't know how much younger. Maybe she was like 16, 17. I'm not sure. Her sister was a little bit of a wild child. Kind of funny. Kind of goofy. Like a bigger girl, actually. You won't even know which one is older or younger. They look almost the same age, if not the same age. Now, I'm glad I was with her. With the one I ended up being with. The other one was kind of wild and kind of, a bit of a mess and a bit of a drunkie. Now, the sister who's younger, I don't know if it's a year younger or so, was actually with somebody who was 30 years old. And let me just say this. I am glad I wasn't with the sister. I'm saying that because they tried to change that in my brain. It's like, no, but you said that. But like, she was just kind of messy. She was kind of messy. Like a little laughing. Not like always laughing. Kind of goofy, but of better of not an alcoholic because we're all young. We all drank a lot at the time. But they're kind of a drunkie, kind of messy. And she was with this 30-year-old and like, and they're like, no, but when they're kissing, you just look at. I was like, you think I wanted to be with her instead of the sister? It's so bad that they're taking the stories or the action of others to make me subscribe to this narrative that I'm into underage girls, and it's so sad. The sister of who I was, who was with a 30-year-old. Instead of be like, okay, you see the reality here. This is what you're looking for, right? That's reality, dumbass. But I know what they're really about. This is target individual or whoever's watching this. I have no confusion about what this is about. They're trying to paint me in somebody I'm not. That's why they take the stories of other things and try to make it look like that research. But you see how you looked at her. If you look at her, she still has like that face of like always laughing, goofy. And in reality, physically, they almost look the same. So it was like, okay. Matter of fact, I think the younger sister looked older. But don't get it twisted. I chose the right person. Who I was with was smart. She was, to me, more beautiful. And definitely less of a mess. Now, I'm not here to criticize the sister. The reason why I'm saying this thing is because the way they just try to paint this false reality. But it's so sad to see that I'm out here digging messages of 2011. Because these clowns are here putting together the narratives. They're using the sister of who I was and that sister who was with a 30-year-old man to paint their narrative. It's funny, some of them get a little bit intimidated. Not intimidated, but kind of realizing reality because apparently I'm being framed by children. And some of these children are in the hallways, you're a pedo. They were probably not even born then. Or if they were born, they were probably like infants. So they're realizing, oh my gosh, look at like what stupidity are we in? In the video you're gonna watch, you're gonna see a little girl who's like 14, 13 years old. That you're gonna see after this. Listen, it's so sad. I even start feeling sad for that. You'll see a video of me going on a date with a woman who's 3 years older than me. On my date there, I turn around, I see some 13, 14-year-old kid with a bunch of freaking makeup with her family. And she's just like, with attitude, she's kind of mad. It's so pathetic. Because they really think that they don't look like clowns trying to gaslight me using whatever stupidity they put together. To tell me they're in their research. I was like, you such a disgusting trash. They're like, yeah, this is our culture. It's like, you guys are a bunch of pedophiles. These people have been humiliated with the reality that the entities running this program pay those. And they try to be like, no, your culture's... What, the sister who was over 30, who's that 30-year-old? Awkward, right? It's not awkward. These clowns don't live within reality. They paint themselves in this fantasized reality that's full of retardation. It's amazing. And try to gaslight you. I'm going through the videos like, Jesus, these clowns have no shame. And the poor retards that are being put, the battery they put in them. If they only stood back and looked how stupid they look, try to gaslight me in this ways. Are you like? And to me, I'm like, imagine you in person try to gaslight me with the stupidity that you try to hold on to. They're like, I that dance. Oh God. The evidence is the sister of who I was with. Her being with somebody who's 30 years old is your evidence, right? You did it, you retards. And they're like, no, but you see, you looked at her, she was such a mess. Look at her. And then in later on, maybe 5 years later, or something like that, I see her on the story of the girl I was with. It's like, yeah, there you say she looked okay. She looked okay. Good for her. It's like, yeah, you're a pedo. I was like, you retard. At this point, first of all, we're all like in our 20s. The stupidity that target individuals are drenched in by these retards of gaslighters who are contracted by these governmental entities, who utilize the stupidness that we deal with, is amazing. There were people whipping me, whipping those iPads. Like, you have kids pretending to get raped, using the validation of people who have nothing to do with me. God, I thank you. This is what you call the humiliation of this purpose. I will put in the faces of these clowns the stupidity. I wish I could just unblur this actually, so you see how stupid this thing is. Some of this picture I'm taking is from 2012 or so, where you see, so there's pictures of multiple people. One of them is who I actually had a thing with. Others are like the siblings. It is so sad. And they're like, no, but you see, you looked at her. He thought she was like, she looked this way. What the f? So you think I wanted to trade places? Trade here? Dumbass. Excuse my language. Sometimes I get like agitated by the stupidity they want me to be just descriptive to. And like, yeah, we're gonna win. We're gonna win when they frame you. It's like, exactly. This is what winners do. What you do is what winners do. And I want them to continue to be winners like that. Whatever hard torture I go through, thank you, God, that while I lived, I did not had the option to be this freaking retarded man. Like, sorry for using that word, but I don't know why the moronic way terms I can utilize to describe the level of stupidity that target individual deal with. You see me here interacting with who I was with. Talk about college. They bring up the sister. Because the sister is younger. I don't know about how much. It's probably a year or so. They're about the same age. Nothing to do with me. I've never even thought about being with her. They're just making me imagine that. Literally. They're making me imagine that. And if they create imaginations. I was with this person, glad to be with her. They try to make me imagine, no, but you could imagine. It's like, you are making me imagine that today. But this sister was not with me. You're seeing who she was with, right? You see, reality, that's what reality is. It's not your mapping. That gives you an idea. This is the real thing that you're looking for, right? People don't manipulate this. They don't need to be there to frame. These people live in a clownless of... I don't even understand. And I get it. They want me to identify with this. They think if they become this retarded, I will be at the same level. Me, I will never do that. I'll put that in your face. I'll make you eat how stupid you have to be. You can make me eat, like they tell me they're gonna make me eat crap and all that. I was like, whatever crazy, disturbing, disgusting things I'm gonna go through, I swear God, is better than we're dealing with the disgusting retardation of moronicness that you want me to be subscriptive to. I'm pulling things from 2011 here. Pictures of 2012. Because your research are a bunch of retards. That can be just stay strong. I will never allow these clowns to live their fantasy. You have children today act like they're getting raped, framing me, and it's like, now this is the evidence. I was like, okay. That can be just stay strong. See these clowns for what they are. I am thankful to God that I never had to live like that. For the parents or anybody, the responsible of the kids that are gonna be utilized to frame me. You chose this for your kid. You'll see what comes from that. I can be just as strong.